Hi, it's Alex. A quick video to let you know that I still have 2 places available in my social anxiety process group. If you've missed it, if you've missed all the blogs that I've been sharing around it, then I'm running a 6-week social anxiety process group for those of you that obviously suffer from social anxiety. There are 6 places available and there are only 2 left. The group starts next Wednesday, 7th of March, 7 till 9, and will run on each Wednesday the same time for 6 weeks. Now, if you're thinking about it, it's really important that you can make the first session, so next Wednesday, and that you can make at least 5 sessions. And that way you will get the most out of being part of the group, and it will offer some continuity for the rest of the group members as well. I know that the idea of coming into a group when you have social anxiety may feel a little bit of a contradiction. So I'm going to share a little bit of information about what we're going to do in the group in hope that it helps you get here next Wednesday. So it's not focusing solely on your anxiety. I want to know, I'm really interested in how you manage your anxiety, what you understand, how you navigate your anxiety and how much you're aware of. Once we can start building that big picture up, we can start to see how different parts of our functioning are all linked, because sometimes that's not always obvious. Some people that suffer with social anxiety may be overly aware of their thoughts and less so of their physiology. Or they may be really aware of both of those elements and less so about how that leaks into their behaviour. So we're going to look at how all those 4 areas, that's thoughts, feelings, behaviours and our physiology, how much energy you have in those 4 areas and how they're all linked, how they influence each other. And when we start to build a bigger picture like that, we can start then looking at where the changes need to happen. So we can start looking at your thoughts and see how we can make your thoughts serve you well instead of hindering you. And we can look at your behaviours and we can see how at the moment you put energy into behaviours that you consider helpful to manage your anxiety, but actually they may be holding you back. They may be facilitating and reinforcing the anxiety. So this is really about putting together everything and developing a full picture. We're going to be making personal plans, we're going to be challenging your behaviour, we're going to be really trying to externalise your inner dialogue, because quite often when someone has social anxiety, they're very much in their head. You know, people can have full-blown conversations with somebody else or even a group of people before the event. And it's really important that we start externalising that, because when we start to do that, then we can challenge reality. And that is why the group element is really important. I can guarantee that the thoughts that you think are weird or really intense or that stop you from doing things will be shared within the group. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that something that you've experienced someone may not have experienced exactly the same thing, but there will be threads of what you've experienced in other people's experiences. And so in that sense then, the group element of it is quite holding. It's going to be really nurturing and it's going to be really safe, so that it's double-barreled. You get to understand your anxiety and you're also in a social situation as well. So we really get to challenge it week by week. Every week that you learn something new, you can come into the group the following week and we'll process that. We'll see what your barriers were, what the difficulties were, what was really strong for you, and the wins as well, so what you've achieved and what you've overcome. And we'll continue to do that each week. So you may be thinking that this is quite a cognitive behavioural approach. For those of you that are aware that I'm into psychotherapy, that's what I practice. It's very different to how I normally manage. And I've brought the CBT element into it because it's only 6 weeks, so I want to make sure that you've got strategies to take away. That being said, I acknowledge and strongly believe actually that underlying any form of anxiety is some historical, emotional or relational injury. But 6 weeks isn't long enough to focus on that. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to facilitate you. Once you understand your anxiety more, we can backtrack a little bit so that your awareness and your knowledge of your anxiety will increase. Because I think it's really important that you do know that, because that's its origin. And if you really want to challenge your social anxiety so that you aren't just left managing it and holding it from one day, 1 week to the next, then you may choose to do a little bit of further work in the context of psychotherapy and target the real core of it. So it's insight to the core of your social anxiety, but very much focus on the function and how you function with it. So we're going to be looking at how you can change how you manage your anxiety already so that it works for you, so that you're more functional, so that you're less oppressed by your critical thoughts and your really restrictive behaviours. So that's what you can expect from joining the group. Remember, there are 2 places left and only 1 week before we start. If you've got any questions at all, please ask me. The largest percentage of people that have social anxiety don't seek support. So I'm inviting you not to be one of those and to come and join the other 4 that are registered so far and meet with us here in my office next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye bye for now.